Hey lovelies, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I will address the pink elephant in the room. Yes, we are slightly stained from makeup. We were going to hide it. Oh, sorry, I was going to hide it for this video. And then I thought, why should I? Because I'm kind of certain that what did this I am talking about today. So why cover it up? Thankfully, it doesn't look too bad on camera. Is all I'm going to say there, because in real life it is not good. Today is the video that I actually promised you. I was meant to film this video last night in full paint, but considering how it turned out, I'm really glad that I didn't. Because I wouldn't have known about this. But yeah, today I am talking about the Glisten Cosmetics Spectra Set. Now, these are a coloured setting powder. You know me. There's also a yellow. Come on, girl hands, we can do it. We got the full set. I got the full set. And the reason why I did this is because I have the full set of the Glisten bases. And I want the coloured powder to go with them, because I will explain why soon. But they come in a box like this, and then in an actual little compact. Each one is coloured to match the shade inside. You've got the sticker on the back. Inside, you've got a little mirror compact, and also a powder puff as well. I'm glad you get a powder puff per colour, because when I tell you that, I mean, you can probably guess. I mean, it's messy. So I'm glad we get these. So you don't have to use your standard beauty sponges in order to powder them down. Right. Let's get the whole issue out of the way. Okay, so yesterday I painted myself pink, as you do. You will see it in future weeks. But essentially what I did was I used these three colours to paint myself in different shades of pink. And then on some of those pinks, I set it with the pink powder. Now, also in some areas, I also set it with some purple powder. You can probably guess where this is going. Weirdly, the darkest pink that I used when set with the purple didn't stain. That's forehead territory. The dark pink that I made up for my cheeks, which was the same on my forehead, but I set with the pink powder, has stained dramatically. Okay. The body is currently stained in stripes. Yeah. Now, on the body, I only used this pink and a version of it mixed with white. Now, the one mixed with white didn't stain quite so badly, but I also only set that with translucent setting powder. I didn't use the pink powder. Anywhere that I have used the pink powder has stained. Anywhere that I have used the standard pink, or even the standard pink mixed with red and used with the pink powder, has stained. Now, as a general state of being, I do not have a problem with this. I don't. I woke up this morning and burst out laughing. I find it funny because we all know that some colours stain. Reds are going to stain, purples are probably going to stain, which ultimately means that pinks may stain depending on their red content. Now, the reason I bring this up is to warn you to warn you. Do not paint yourself pink using these stuff the day before you have something to do. Because you see, today I am fine. I am just filming. If I had to go out to work today, I would need makeup. And again, I don't mind. I find it highly amusing, but that's not something that everyone wants to deal with, especially considering I have used, I think, 3 different types of cleansers, and an exfoliator, and micellar water, all the shebang, full skincare routine, and we are still here. I have pink hands, for Christ's sake. Now we've got that elephant out of the room, because it was a big elephant, because it's staring me in the cheeks. I'm not mad about it. I'm not. But in all honesty, that is the only powder that I have struggled with. Well, okay, in all honesty, that is the only powder that I've had this struggle with. The black has presented struggles of its own because it is a black powder. Just think black powder, just think colder. Just think what happens when black powder is black powder and behaves like black powder. It does what it does. It gets freaking everywhere. I will say, when I first used it, I didn't put enough on and things smudged and went a bit grey, because naturally I used it alongside the white for a white and black. Yeah, maybe not the best. For this powder, you are best off applying your paint and powdering as soon as possible, and you need to pack that on. Like, pack it on. I mean, like, rub, slap. If you don't, your black paint will go everywhere, and it'll be pointless using the setting powder. I have to admit, the first time I used it, I was really unimpressed. But again, I used the white and the black. I don't think I applied it in the best way. My second attempt was a lot better, which you will probably see. Okay, so at this point, I've used about 6 of them. And like I say, the pink is the only one that has presented me with any sort of trouble. Even the red, actually, wasn't too bad. Be warned, they will set other colours as well, so be strategic how you use them. But these are definitely a setting powder, not an eyeshadow. So weirdly enough, if you don't want your colours to be really vibrant, don't use these. Use a translucent setting powder and go over it with a bit of eyeshadow to add some depth and dimension, if you need more muted colours, because these guys are absolutely packed with pigment, and therefore they do the exact opposite to what standard setting powders do, which is that they do not dull the colours of the coloured foundation. They enhance them and brighten them and make them a lot more vibrant. So, for example, for one of my makeup looks, I mixed up a really dark green. Now, although there is a green setting powder, I decided not to use this because this would have been a lot brighter than the shade that I mixed up. And also, I didn't want a bright green makeup. So I just set it with ordinary translucent powder and semi-used this to add some dimension, like I say, and it worked really wonderfully. So, like I say, depending what you want out of your makeup and out of your colours, yeah, these may not be for you. If you're like me and you like full colour brightness and you basically find that after you've powdered your colour foundation, you've got to go over the entire thing with eyeshadow, use these. The Insidious makeup from the other year would have been a hell of a lot better if I'd have had these setting powders, because the vibrancy of the colours is unbelievable. It doesn't make the black a dark grey. It keeps the black looking black. It makes the pink pop. It just gives it that extra little kick to make those colours really stand out. Which is why I really, really wanted them to make them after I had tried out the bases. And I'm really glad that they did. And honestly, I know we've got this going on and it gets better. Yes, it does. I know we've got all of that going on, but I honestly don't care. I find it funny when I end up stained. Not always the best. I know it does look blotchy, like allergic reaction blotchy. But I promise you, everything's fine. No allergic reactions, no swelling, no itchiness, no breakouts, no nothing. Staining, yes. Be prepared to get stained. I think the red possibly did stain my shoulders slightly. Thankfully, I didn't use it on the face, so it wasn't quite as noticeable. But yeah, the colours are absolutely amazing despite the staining. It gives you coverage, it gives you pigment, it gives you colour, it gives you vibrancy. It gives you a really smooth finish to the skin, weirdly enough, no patchiness. You do got to pack it on, but when you pack it on, like I say, it stops the creasing of the Spectra bases. There's no cracking, there's no dryness. It honestly covers up the sins of any streaks, any brush streaks within the coloured foundation itself, and gives you a really smooth, gorgeous finish to the skin that is kind of unbelievable for something so coloured and pigmented. But that is the case. Okay, so they do stop the Spectra bases from creasing and smudging, but just be mindful that if you use two different colours of powder, they may also mix. So just be careful there, because I did mess up on that a few times. But it turns out with a little bit of loose powder and a little bit of care and attention, you can fix that, I have to admit. But yeah, don't forget about that. But yeah, if the ones that I haven't tried have the same impact as the ones that I have tried, we're onto a winner here, because these perfectly match these. And I love the fact I picked up two different colours there. She's a messy bottom, what can she say? Anyway, I am going to leave it there for the time being. Once again, next week we're probably going to go back into more tips, tricks, things like that for special effects makeup. Once again, if there's anything you want to know, please leave a comment down below and we will endeavour to try and tell you what we know. I suppose this would be a really good one to ask. Do you ever want me to go through the differences between like coloured foundation, grease paint, water-based paint, alcohol paints? More than happy to do so. Just let me know. But yeah, I do think that's all I've got left to say for the time being, aside from please join me on other social medias, because Halloween's our season and you know, you might want to join the fun elsewhere. It's the same name as down here, so just search elsewhere and you will find us. But yeah, aside from that, I hope you join me for the next one and I will see you soon. Bye!